here is RBTV. So, and this is in the same spot it used to be, but definitely was a big time renovation during the building campaign in 2009. So this was just kind of there was like a reception desk here, and then maybe a few little computer things. We're gonna go around, you're gonna see there's all these computer stations, and the kids are, editing and doing stuff. Here's the studio, and so you remember the telethon. So the telethon was in here, and there's a window behind there, and so that's where the behind the scenes guys are with the editing and the control panels. And then you'd have the different cameras out here, and then they would just have all kinds of different sets that they would rotate. So this is kind of a interesting set here that you guys got. You get the old school. Yeah, this is cool. I love the old mic. So, and then that's obviously a new display that I don't remember seeing before. That's pretty awesome. So this is where we used to do the studio part of the telethon would be here, and then we would send it down to the auditorium for the live performers. Since 1992, I've been doing stuff for RBTV. So
that's amazing.
A long time, but yeah, and it's usually really cold in here. It's nice that it's normal temperature in here. Usually it's like 50 degrees in here. It's because of all the lights, right? So, but anyway, but the classroom part is what really got expanded. So you can see as you turn the corner here. So look at all these stations. So none of this existed before the renovation. There would be maybe a couple on the side over here, but now you have all this, and then the offices got moved, so they're kind of behind the scenes, which is kind of appropriate. So, and RBTV has been award-winning for the longest time. I mean,
yeah,
every year they win awards. And then this is then the control booth is here. And so this is when you'd have people saying, camera 2 and camera 1, and refocus that or set something up, but that was always in there. So, anything going on there? And then we used to have, when you were here, did you have RBTV? RB Radio? When you guys were here?
Oh, radio.
So RB Radio was around in the early 90s, and kids would be the DJs.
Okay.
And so they would, and so they'd have vinyl, and they'd have cassette, and they'd have CDs, and before school and after school, you would have a little show going on, and look at it, there's the turntable right there. But yeah, so this was always, and I remember sometimes they would say, hey teachers, do you have any requests or something? And I'd pick some obscure blues song and have that played.